Morning 8th standard students. This is video for the grammar of vocabulary, and in this video we are going to learn some more grammar vocabulary. Okay. So today first we are going to discuss about what is called onomatopoeia. See, so many words are there in English which are taken directly from the sound. For example, here you can see it is written boom. So boom is the word which is used by listening the sound. So these type of words, they are called onomatopoeia. Now what is the question? The question is, what is onomatopoeia? So it is when a word's pronunciation imitates its sound. So these words represents sound. When you say an onomatopoeic word, it sounds like the noise to which you are referring. Means what we can say, which type of noise you are able to listen? No, that noise is only expressed or written, and that is called onomatopoeia. And we can see now some examples of onomatopoeia. The clanging pots and pans woke the baby. The wolf howled at the moon. The race car driver revved his engine. The raccoon sizzled in the pan. I love the swish of the basketball net. So all these words you see, clanging, howled, revved, sizzled, swish. These all words are taken from the sound, from the noise we can say. So these words are the example, perfect example of onomatopoeia. Now what we have to remember, children, that onomatopoeia should not be confused with interjection. So interjections are a part of speech where the speaker expresses excitement or emotion. Example, you see, hey, that is mine, whoa, that was close. And they should not be confused with interjection. Okay. But generally what used to happen, that the interjections are often confused. Okay. But you see, some onomatopoeic words are used as interjection, but all words cannot be used as interjection. Example, boom, that's how you do it. Usually they are not used. Ouch, that hurt, yeah, we won. So what we can understand from here, that some words which are used as expression, interjections, they can be used as onomatopoeic word, but not all. Now we can see the review. So onomatopoeia is when a word's pronunciation imitates its sound, and interjections are a part of speech. Sometimes onomatopoeic words are used as interjection, but not all interjections are onomatopoeic words. This sentence is very much important, children. Now we can discuss about personification. That what is called personification? Giving human qualities to object or ideas. That is called personification. What is the meaning of human quality? The quality which the human beings are having. For example, the human beings can see, the human beings can have the taste, the human beings can feel. Okay, the human beings can cry, the human beings can laugh. So when all these qualities are given to non-living thing, so that time it is called personification. Example, you see, the sunlight dance. Actually we all know that the sunlight cannot dance, because who can dance? Only the living thing can dance. Human beings used to dance. Okay, so we can see that here the sunlight is personified. This is the perfect example of personification, right? Second example, you see, the streets are calling me. Actually the streets are non-living thing, so they cannot call anyone. But in this example, you see, the streets are calling me. So the streets are given human qualities in this sentence, and they are personified. So this is also example of personification. Like this, children, we have to understand that whenever any non-living thing, okay, or any idea is given human quality of feeling, okay, human quality of anything, so that time that is called personification. Now we can talk about oxymoron. So what is called oxymoron? An oxymoron is a combination of words that have opposite or very different meaning. So combination of word which can have opposite or completely different meaning. So this definition we can get very clear with the help of examples. Okay. So for example, you see this act naturally. So this is example of oxymoron. How this is example of oxymoron? Because naturally means no need of doing acting. And if someone is doing acting, then that is not called naturally. But when these two words are joined together, act naturally, this is becoming oxymoron, where the meaning is coming, you have to act like that, which everyone will think that this is natural. Okay. And this one you see, definite maybe. So maybe means I am having doubt, okay, that maybe this will happen or not. Definite means I am confirmed that surely this will happen. Definite maybe means I am sure that I am having doubt that this will happen or not. So this is also example of oxymoron, where two words are joined and a new meaning is there. Pretty ugly. So ugly means those who are not beautiful, okay, and pretty means you can say beautiful, pretty, ugly. So here someone who is ugly, but in ugliness also the person is looking beautiful. So that the sense is coming pretty ugly, right? Terribly good. So terrible cannot be good, okay, and good is good. But when the two words are joined together, terribly good means something in difficult situation, the thing is better. So that time we can say terribly good. Like this, what we can see, children, we can see that two words are joined and both the words are opposite most of the time, and they are bringing new meaning. Okay, they are bringing new meaning. So this is only called oxymoron. Seriously funny. The one who is serious, he is not funny, and the one who is funny, he is not serious. But now you add the word together, seriously funny, what is coming? Means the person is there who is seriously funny, means very funny he is. The meaning is coming completely opposite. So this is also example of oxymoron. Like this we can find so many words. Those words are always in pair most of the time. Okay, more than one word are there and they give out different meaning. Okay, seriously funny, you see. Only choice. Only means one, choice means more than one should be there. Okay, only choice means no choice is there. So this is also example of oxymoron, where two words are added and one new meaning is coming. The only choice for me is to work hard. So there is no choice means only one way is there. So this is also example of oxymoron. Half empty. Half empty means, you see, empty means completely empty, half empty. This is also example of oxymoron, means half thing is filled. Old news. News used to be latest, and old news, example of oxymoron. So now we can see some more words which we have studied. Act naturally, definite maybe, pretty ugly, terribly good, seriously funny, only choice, half empty, old news. So like this we have completed our video, children. I ask all the children that you prepare nicely for the examination. All the very best for your examination, and keep watching the videos and do your homework also. and prepare nicely for the examination. Thank you all children. Have a very good day.